Welcome to the 2044 Presidential Debate. On today's ticket, we've got Dante Tooley and William McCarthy debating whether or not physical media should be phased out and digital media should take over.
Alright guys, I want a good clean fight tonight. You guys got that?
I think all media should be digital.
I think this guy's stupid.
Do you have proof?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? So, basically,
I have more proof. Think about it. Digital media is more convenient.
Well, it's impossible to argue against the fact that it is more convenient to hold all of your stuff in one, giant library. There's just there's no character in that. It's like soulless corporate robot stuff. Like the AI takeover that everybody's worried about. It's described as more of an experience by a lot of people to just own this collection of plastic discs, and sometimes it's nice to just sit down and relax and throw a disc in your disc player.
Well, I would agree that there's definitely novelty to physical media. I think that people are buying video games for the purpose of playing a game and not the purpose of having an experience putting a plastic disc into a disc reader or, I don't know, a record and doing that. Ignore that part, actually. That one makes sense.
I would argue that doing stuff like that enhances the experience to some people. It's not necessarily the experience of just playing the game. They want to recapture some childhood nostalgia that they've gotten. Because, yeah, a lot of new games can be are played digitally, but, what if you want to go back in time and play some, Mario Kart for the Wii or something like that, and it's more of a fun experience to pull your Wii out, blow the dust off, and put the disc in and just,
I would argue I've made way more memories playing Fortnite, which is a digital-only, online-only game, than any of my experiences on the Wii. No offense, Wii over there. But no offense, little guy. Is that going to bolster your argument?
Yes.
Okay, then can I unplug my PC and bring it over? It's just a shot tower. What was I saying? Yes, the memories I've made in video games is more from the game itself and the people I've played it with than necessarily how I played it. And also, you brought up nostalgia. I think nostalgia only works after a certain amount of time, or say it's an old enough console that just turned 18 the other day, by the way. Happy birthday. Say if it's an old enough console like the Wii, I think nostalgia only really comes into play. You're not going to get nostalgia, or nostalgia's not going to work forever, and I don't know what I was talking about, but something about how physical's not that good.
Back to Fortnite, there's actually a funny little example of a lack of physicality being a detriment to that, because back in the year of our Lord 2020, the best year ever, everyone knows, that got removed from the Apple App Store because they had created a bypass Epic had created a bypass within Fortnite that stopped Apple from getting money from microtransactions, and Apple didn't like that, so they took it away, which means a bunch of people who exclusively played on iPhones and iPads were no longer able to play Fortnite.
Fun fact, actually a good thing that came out of that is you can still get it on Macs, and it's still stuck in Chapter 2, Season 3, with everyone's skins, same accounts. So actually the fact that it got removed gives people the ability to play something that they wouldn't normally play now. Which, you can play it through separate servers that fans have created, but I don't think it's the same as official Epic servers. So I would say even that might just be a benefit for not keeping it physical, because getting rid of it kind of worked out in the end.
Keep yapping, man.
Oh, no. Okay, what do you think about the sustainability of physical media?
I would stand to reason that at face value, digital media sounds more sustainable, but if you look into it a little more, it's definitely not. You would be able to argue that the physical waste produced by the production of physical media in the first place, and the lack of people buying that, would contribute more to a like garbage pile in the middle of the ocean. But the usage of electricity contributes more directly to the thing that harms the planet more. And on average, using a big powerful machine to do things generates more electricity than using just like a little box.
Okay, there's some things to deconstruct there. We'll just start in the last thing you said. Using a big machine to, say, play digital media is going to be worse for the environment than like a CD player or DVD player or whatever. And I would agree that PC right there that's going to be consuming at least 50 watts idle is going to consume more power than probably like a 20 watt DVD player. However, I don't think most people are using PCs to stream movies. Most people are using little Rokus, which are basically Android devices, but with a power cable on them. So that, I think, uses a very similar amount of power to like a DVD player and something like that.
Hello, fact checker Will here. Actually, a DVD player consumes about 16 watts of power, and a Roku only consumes 4 to 12. So Dante is wrong in the situation, and so am I in terms of data, but my point's better.
And along with that, you mentioned that, or I don't know if you mentioned this, but how, like, you have to create DVDs for every single different person that wants to watch that movie, same with Blu-ray player, or Blu-rays and 4K Blu-rays. But with a digital movie, Netflix needs to have one server, I guess, in a region, and everyone in that region can watch this movie from that one server, so they're only accessing one point. So only one copy of that movie needs to be created and kept on a server somewhere, and all their movies on their library are in that same place. So it's all very centralized, and so they don't have to create multiple copies for every single different person, which I think just kind of saves on, or it's not so, I don't know what the word is, but it's not so wasteful, I'd say. And if you're talking about server costs and the electricity being bad, also think that any physical movie, say you buy it from Amazon, has to be shipped to you. And if you want to buy it used from, say, Last Stop, you have to drive there to it. And cars are also pretty bad for the environment. Unless you're driving all electric vehicles and are using hydroelectric or wind or something.
I actually own 26 Teslas.
He does not own 26 Teslas. He only owns 12.
And I drive each one like on rotation. So I've actually got like a total of 400 or 500 miles across each of them, but it's only a few miles on each, you know?
Can I have one?
No.
What were you... Do you have anything to say about the cost of physical media versus digital media then?
No, because generally, physical media is going to be more expensive than digital media, but that happens to be because you get a better experience out of enjoying a physical anything.
I guess you actually get a plastic case and a plastic disc.
Yeah, for real. There's like there's an unboxing experience. That's the best part.
I remember buying my copy of Persona 4 and it came with a music CD. Okay, I'm bolstering your argument. Do you have anything to say about the ownership about physical media? I think you mentioned that before.
That's a big thing there, because this whole argument boils down to how much do you trust your favorite company to be able to keep your favorite title on the market? Because there have been TV shows that have gotten written off for taxes that cannot legally be aired ever again, and they never got physical reproductions, so it's not something that anybody can watch. But there was like a doctor show from like the 90s that was an example, but an example of a show that did get a physical release prior to being written off is Cartoon Network's Infinity Train, that it gained a lot of popularity because it was kind of an underdog story for getting made in the first place, and then it got removed from HBO Max, and it cannot be put back on because they wrote it off. But there are DVDs of it, and without those DVDs, you would not legally be able to watch that show.
Okay, yeah, so in certain cases when they remove them, I'm also going to go back to the, actually, what was I going to say? Yeah, so It's kind of related to cost, but there's certain video games like, say, Persona 2 Eternal Punishment, which is $400 to $1,000 if you're trying to buy it used physically. But then the fact that it is digital is just allowing more people to access it. And say on the PS3 store, you can buy a copy of it for, I think it was $3 by itself or $2 if you have PlayStation Plus, which just allows way more people to buy the game, because I don't think anyone's going to spend $400 on a game that they can illegally download really, really easily.
He just deflected the whole ownership argument.
Oh, that's another good point. You can pirate stuff if it's digital. You can buy bootleg physical games, but digitally you can go to a website, you just download everything, and it's free. It's $0.
That is a federal crime.
I never said I did it. I'm just saying you could. The possibilities out there. Also, you can, I guess it involves physical media, but you can back up every single one of your Blu-rays and put it on a hard drive, and then you can sell the Blu-rays and also be free. That's it. That's all I got. It's piracy.
Nice shot!
Oh, crime.
Anything else you have that will destroy my argument? I think I won this.
You're stupid.
I won that one.
No.
I won that.
No.
Thank you for watching the 2044 IGN Presidential Debates. Shortly after the debate, the Digital Party found that William McCarthy's performance is so poor that they ended up dropping him in the race. Be sure to tune in to IGN at 2 o'clock tomorrow for more coverage about the debate and the departure of William McCarthy from the Digital Party.